What do you say, buddy? Can you hang on here? Are we on? Yes. Ace? All right, tell him you're from Incredible Tiny Homes. Okay, buddy? Look at my shadow. Look, you guys, you can see my tripod, can't you? I got it ready. We got a show coming to you. All right, I'm gonna throw a couple videos out today. And Ace is ready, aren't you, bud? He's got all groomed. Look at him, he's all prettied up. Good, you look good. All right, we're gonna drive everybody crazy looking at these houses. I'm gonna show you this wood home over here. All right, now this is a kind of the person loved our Highland home, okay, Ocean Breeze, but it was just a regular home, but we threw a couple of these reverse gables, which is those triangles right there, all right? And if you guys will just hang on just a sec, of course you gotta hang on, it'd turn me off. All right, I'm gonna get in front of the camera. Here you go, look at me. I'm drinking a cup of coffee. It's got Incredible Tiny Homes that somebody sent us. And this is a wood home, and we're getting ready to, the next video I'll be sending to you today will be about our woody line. And I know I was gonna come out with it a couple of days ago, but we have had internet down. And I was gonna do a video last night I sent out to you. It didn't really come and get linked up till this morning, so it's been a little glitching. But I wanted to point out to you, we do have our woody line coming out. And so think about it. We've got the Incredibox, which is $25,000. We're gonna have our woody line and the reason I'm hesitating is that we're thinking about building a 16-foot woody line, but we don't sell a lot of 16-foot homes after we come out with the 20-foot and 18-foots like that. But I know there are people that like a 16-foot woody line. Now, when I call it wood, the reason is because we have the metal of the Incredibox, and then we've got the LP siding of our beautiful models. I'm gonna show you, and we'll walk around and show you some of these. And the woody, I thought, well, it's all wood. I've had customers say, man, I miss the all wood homes. And so I'm like, I want to bring out a wood line, and to make it cost effective is that I'm gonna try to do it in a production line where we build these walls and these roof systems and we connect them together, because we've learned so much on a production line with our Incrediboxes. So if this was a model home, we could actually build this whole entire wall system with all the siding, all the doors, the trim, insulating, everything's already on it. And we can just pick it up with a crane, set it in place, just like we do our woody line, our Incredibox line. That's where we're tentatively going. We know how to build homes. And this is why I'm trying to show you the quality of the home. All we need to do is mechanize the system just so we can build them quicker, have the same quality. It's the exact same process. And we have an eye for quality. And we've been, we've been renowned that people come here and they look at these homes and they go, wow, look what you've done, the attention to detail. And that's why I'm standing in front of this wood home. It says, yeah, we do build wood homes, everybody. We love wood. We are carpenters. Now, we have the Incredibox. I love that because it brings a home to the world and an economic value. And it's a DIY, which is a decorate it yourself home. And it's not build it yourself. You don't have to do anything. We've got all the infrastructure done on our Incrediboxes. But these right here are turnkey. Now, the only thing on a woody line you'll get is that you'll be able to finish the inside and outside. This has got a beautiful stain. We use a Sikkens, S-I-K-E-N-S, Sikkens stain. And on the inside, it'll just be your tongue and groove. No finishes on the inside, right? You polyurethane it, you can paint it, you can pickle it, you can do whatever you like to it. But that keeps the cost down. So that's why we're gonna try to come in the 40s, 50s, and we got a big one we're gonna try to get up about low 60s, right? Then you get into their model homes and they're 60 plus. And they're turnkey, they got a lot of amenities on them, they got a 50-year warranty on the siding, they're gorgeous with the corbels, or, exposed rafters. Let me point that to you. I'm gonna come up here and just show you a little bit about this one. Of course, this is our wood home. Isn't that beautiful? Now it's a hybrid of our Ocean Breeze home that we took to California a few years back. If you guys are on YouTube, go on there and look up the Ocean Breeze, and you guys can see, but I know everybody loves wood, and this is the board and batten on the bottom. That's actually a tongue and groove wood on the top. We use tongue and groove, cedar shake, lap siding, but isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, see all the trim, everything's spot on, man. All right, I'm gonna take you over here You guys can see this is our boneyard, we call it. Believe it or not, you have to have supplies. There's all our gutters for our Incrediboxes. And I'm gonna take you over here. Yeah, I wish I had a building big enough to put all this in. Now I'm gonna walk, I just walked past an Incredibox. That's a 20-foot long Incredibox. I live in a 16-foot Incredibox, and I know you guys don't believe that I live in one, but I do. I went in there and I've showed you guys my bed, my kitchen, everything I live in. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna take you guys in there and show you. So you can't say, oh no way, that dude lives in a 16-foot Incredibox. Yeah, but that right there is beautiful. That's a one-story Dalton. Everything's on the main floor, but see the corbels? You see the vertical board and batten up top with a different color than the horizontal lap siding. And you got your AC, and you got your 30-inch overhang, which is, let me go back over here on the side. I love these homes. Look at that. Who's doing that? Who is putting those faux rafters on the side to make it look like a true craftsman? Now there's a smaller one right there, and that's an 8-foot wide home. No dormers. Now the dormers really, really pop when they do it on. I'm looking around here trying to find one with dormers. Look at this place. Oh, there it is. I know I showed it to you guys before, but look at that house. All right, let me get this angle over here. Now these are our model homes. We have got model homes on display now that Tyler and Tim can show you, but isn't that gorgeous? I don't know if I can get it close up. There it is, a little bit more. So you've got your board and batten up here, you got your lap siding. Now that is a freeze board up there. We've never done that before. That's extra money. That's a fascia right there, and then that's a fascia along your gutter. Now normally we would use a 1x6. These are 1x8s. Those are 1x8s. Actually that gutter is a 1x10, and then we get some fascia, the little pieces of white. Those are called faux rafters. And faux means they're not real. They don't go through the house, but they look like it. And then you've got your corbel brackets right here, right? And then you've got your polyurethane soffit, which is your overhang right here. Light, air exchanger, window trim, beautiful home. This is our model home. I love this house. So what we're gonna do is take this home. There's two things I'm gonna do. I wanna take this home and turn it into an all wood home with a different floor plan, and I'm gonna show you that floor plan in our next video. Or I've got a different elevation that I'm gonna show you, and we may have two different types of woodies to choose from. Now I don't like doing that because when you go on an assembly line, let me get back in front of you guys. When you go on an assembly line, you want everything to be the same constantly all the time so you can be fishing with it and we can get these things down. But it's more of a modern look. I'm learning that from our Incredibox. It's super popular. I'm getting a lot of, instead of the gable roof, we may do two sheds. And I'm looking at probably building a lodge up here. Hopefully, may start this year, but for sure next year. And the lodge is going to be kind of a modern look with all glass. So if we do that route, that's what I'm trying to think on the woody line. Well, every time you put a triangle roof like you have here, this is a gable right here, there's more angles, there's more materials. It's just, we love doing them, but when you want to do it on a production, that's why you don't see very many mobile homes or manufactured homes with any of these steep gables, because it just takes a lot of time and manpower. Now, you don't ever see overhangs like this on a tiny house. Anywhere you go, and that right there is because it costs money to put an overhang on that. You got your soffit, your corbels, your roofing, your fascias, all that is more money. When you see a home that has just a small overhang or a small soffit area, they're saving money. They're trying to save the money they can. So you take a price, that right there, this is probably a 10 by 30. It's a Charleston. Look at, I think it's $84,000. Take that same thing, all of our amenities, and compare it to anybody in the country right now and see what you come up with, all right? So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this tripod, and I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of an update on the Grove and what's going on. So if you guys wanna walk with me over here, we got a skeleton crew working today. We have asked guys to work overtime, which is time and a half. Isn't that something? There's our Incrediboxes. Now the ones with the tarps on, what happened was the roofing didn't come in. The metal roofing didn't, so we had to cover them up. because we had to get them out of the warehouse to keep going and working. So we got 4 of them tarped up out here. Now these are old billboards, right? And so when the metal comes on, we'll put the metal in there. Hey, Mike, keep you from running me over. All right, let's go back here. We're cleaning the building out today, and we're building a big, huge loft up top for more of our supplies. All right, let's go over here. I'm going around behind the building. This is the big Incredibox building. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Now, there's the Grove. So let me point out to you. Let me walk down here and show you a little bit. Look at, hey buddy. Come on. Point out to you kind of what's going on. All right, so there's our power, right? All our secondary power. It's all been inspected. And way over there, if I can focus in. All right, they're backfilling all the power. Now what they're gonna do is they'll start digging ditches for the water line. That's probably gonna take, we got 2 track hoses. One was down today, which means it was broken. And then, I'm gonna back off here. There you go back. But we do still have, our plans are to completely have this thing done by the end of the month. Believe that or not. That's about, a little more than 3 weeks, right? So once the water line's in, we got a little bit of the sewer. So the green lines, so those green lines are sewer. They will have to lay down. What I mean is how they're upright. We'll dig a ditch from there to the site, which is the lot. That the green will lay down in that ditch because it's movable inside the main line of the sewer, and then we'll stub it up under the house. Done. We've got probably 8 or 10 guys we're going to put on this Monday morning. Rain or shine, this is going to be put in, everybody. You guys can see the awful conditions here that Yump and his men have been working in. We've bought them all boots. I've spent $1,000 just in boots on these guys. There's our sewer, which we love. It's gravity-fed sewer. Look here. These are all your meter centers. They've all come here. They've been inspected. And they're ready to go. There's 72. And those are going to be going over top of those gray pipes, those smaller gray pipes. Then you got a secondary gray pipe, which is the wire that goes from the meter center, which that's the meter center. And you'll go from that gray pipe will go from there in the meter center, and you'll run your wire that hooks to your house to get electricity to your home. Will go from the meter center, and that's what that secondary pipe, it goes back up under the home. So all of the services are under the house. We can skirt your house, and then you don't walk over your sewer line or step over your power line. Everything's under your home. It makes everything look clean as a pin. Now we're also going to be putting up barricade walls or fencing, stockade fencing, if you will, 8 foot, 24 feet on each side of the house. Every one of these things. So it's 80 some home sites, 240 pieces of stockade fence. We're starting to put them up together. We've got kind of a privacy fence between the Grove and the beach. We'll be putting that up. Not going to make it too tall. The reason we made the tall over in the prairies is because we got tractor trailers coming in there, and I don't want those people having to see our tractor trailers coming and going all the time either, right? Let me back you guys up just a little bit. I've got this tripod, everybody, so bear with me. Hang in there. All right, let me make sure you guys can see me. Yep. All right, so one other thing I wanted to mention to you is that you see across the street, okay, that is a factory. That's a factory called Phoenix. Phoenix does jar lids, screw-on jar lids, multi-billion-dollar company. I think they've got probably 5 or 6 of these factories across the world. Family owned, beautiful. Been here way longer before we got here. On the other side of the forest, there's another factory called Sunoco. Sunoco builds sonotubes. They're made out of cardboard. So a sonotube is like a straw, but it's made out of thick cardboard. You dig a hole, put it in the ground, backfill it, and you can fill it full of concrete, or you can leave it up above the ground, and you see them round columns you got in parking garages and commercial buildings. Those are sonotubes. They're made to be filled with concrete. That's all they do, sonotubes. And so we take all of our cardboard over there and they recycle it, and it stinks sometimes, and we smell it here. Somebody did a video. The only reason I'm saying this is I never really reach out or talk about anything anybody says, because everybody can always have something negative to say. But you know, when I started this, I always told everybody there's a factory there, there's a factory over there, and sometimes it smells, and in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. you got a truck backing up and you can hear it beep, 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 beep. That's the way it is. And then as soon as we got here, they took their floodlights, instead of pointing it at their building, they point them this way. They didn't mean to be that way. I talked to the manager of the plant. He said no. He said because it's a food product, they have to point the lights to the parking area. So they have to do this because of the federal government told them they have to have more lights around their building. So yeah, it is not out in the woods. It's not serene here. It is not like lolly-da out in the woods and you guys can just walk around. You can walk around, and you're not in the middle of LA. You're out in the country, but you do have factories, and that's why it's $200 a month. And that's why I told everybody, I've never, ever, ever not said there's no factories here. And it's quiet, and it's going to be just serene in a country setting. We are in the country, and I love it here. But the video was talking about how ugly it looked and how bad. Well, right now, hey, it's got to look ugly before it can look good. You know, I want to thank you guys for commenting, because a lot of people have spoken up for us and said, hey, Randy's not done yet. Go to Brothers Cove. That's a resort that I built over in Sevier County, 73 homes, 150 acres, and it was beautiful. This place is eventually going to look like that. So I wanted to point it out that all these are taken. These lots have already been spoken for, 240 home sites when we're all done here and everybody living here, right? And so I just wanted to let you know, in the future, I will always be honest with you and tell you what the surroundings are, what's going on. I know what I do is not for everybody. Tiny homes is not for everybody. But when you can come here and live on a $1,400 a month pension or Social Security or whatever you got coming in, $1,400, $1,200, and you can live here. I was watching, what's that guy's name? Bob Wells. Bob Wells. I hope to meet him out in Arizona. But Bob Wells has said when he got a divorce and he had to leave, that, you know, he had a $1,200 a month pension or something like that, or that he had to live on. So he had to live in a van, and he had to live out in the BLMs, and he had to live, you know, behind a Walmart and all that stuff and search. Get this, you don't have to do that anymore. You can live in an Incredibox. It's a $20,000. You pay more for that. You pay more for that for a van, right? You can buy an Incredibox or a big 20-foot Incredibox for 25 grand, live here for $200 a month. So if you're going to buy a van and pay 50 grand for a van, or you buy an old one and fix it up, you're going to have that much money in it when you end up turning around and paying somebody to help you, or however you got to do it. And I know some people will buy an old van and throw $1,500 in it, and now they're good. Engine's going to blow, transmission's going to blow, something's going to happen, and you don't have a secure life because you have to bounce around to every campsite or every free spot you can to try to make a living. And that's not any good when you have a disability or you're getting older and you want friends, you want community, and you want somebody to help you. You get the flu and you're by yourself in your car, sleeping in your car. Now, hats off to all those people sleeping in their cars and vans. But that's why we come up with the Incredibox. You don't have to live like that anymore. You don't have to. You can get a small SUV and pull it, or you can come here and live for $200 a month. My goal as a builder and developer is to put these type of communities all over the country, and we're going to be an example of how pretty and how cute and how nice these things will look, even though we're in a commercial setting around this entire area here, right? We're going to show you that there's trees and there's fencing and there's privacy, but there's also that community feel. And we're going to have gardens here. We got a dog run, and we're going to have more dog runs, and we're going to have, all this will come about. The reason it's not here right now is because I don't have $10 million to put into this. So we just took our first month's rental off of the Forest. We gave everybody 2 years free rent. And it wasn't really free. What it was is I took their deposit of $6,000 and I said, in turn of that, I'll give you 2 years free rent to pay you back your $6,000. Well, we just got our last month's rent of 72 lots. It was 8 people that didn't want to pay their $200 a month. I don't know what it was. We finally trickled some of them in, but listen, it's $200. Now we're on our second month. 72 lots, we get about $14,400 every month from the Forest right now. Yep. And you know what I'm doing? We're going to roll it over because we got to put a gate over here. It's going to be about 25 or 30 grand. We're going to put a privacy gate so the Forest can have their own gate to come into their place. Isn't that beautiful? We're going to plant trees. We've got to groom the roads a little bit more. Now that money's coming in, we can roll it over, put a fencing along the railroad in the back and make it more secure and pretty and start planting stuff. Then we got the beach turning in. It'll be in this year. It'll start collecting rent. We're putting palm trees and banana trees and flowers and all the things that we want to do. And then the prairie comes in effect. And we got a big gate we got to put in the prairie. All that's going to happen. Now, all that could happen right now if we had a couple $1,000,000, right? But we don't. And that's why right here is I don't get on anybody's tail about having containers under their house, because we're all working this together. They're trying to get into their home. They don't have a lot of money. They don't have money for skirting maybe, or painting their Incredibox. So I just sent everybody an email and said, hey, we will paint your house. We'll help you with your skirting. These guys need some work after work, and we'll help you. And if you can't afford it, we'll help you finance it, okay? We just want everybody in here to look really good. It takes time, and it takes a little bit of money, and it'll all happen. So there you have it. Listen, I'm so used to people doubting what I do, doubting what's going to happen, and I've been hammered. I'm talking since I come out of the womb, all right? I've always been like, there's no way this is going to work. Well, I'm a short little guy, but I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll outwork you, and I'll outdo you just through pure mental force that I won't stop, you know? You'll lay down and I'll keep going. And I don't know how I do it, but it's that determination that I have to make. And it's really when people say I can't do something, I don't do it because I want to prove myself. I do it because it's just what I am. It's just who I am. I started something. I'm not doing this to show the world, hey, look what I did. I'm doing it because there's people here that I want to have them have a beautiful home. I want them to be proud of pulling in to the Grove right here and having a beautiful place to live. All right? So just thought I'd throw that out there, a little bit about who I am, what's going on with these lots. I know there's some people that have got their homemade fencing and some other stuff. You know what? I think it gives it personality. You know, I thought one day I would just put uniform fencing everywhere, and we may do that in the future, but right now I'm glad people are feeling comfortable here, feeling like it's home, and they're putting their own personality in things. So hang in there with me. I mean, I got a what do you call it, King Kong wall here with trees sticking up and fabric on the outside, just so we can have privacy for these folks. They don't have to see the factory going on. That's all going to change, everybody. Thank you very much. Hey, stay tuned. Bring out another video today of the Woody line, the prices, the design, elevations of that sucker. It'll be out a little bit later this evening, and I'm getting ready to head out of town. If you guys are anywhere between here and San Diego, I'll be going to Dallas, then south of Houston, and then taking Route 10 all the way across over into San Diego area. If you're in that area, please, or on that route, let me know. I'd love to stop, talk to you, meet you. I'm gonna be on a rush because I got to get over there by Thursday, Friday of next week, all right? So let me know if you guys are there. We're looking up for Incrediboxes, homes that we built for people. I'd love to come and do a tour with you, all right? I'm gonna go down and turn this thing off here on a tripod. And today is Friday, all right? And thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this.